China that says warrior monks can throw steel needles with such precision that they pass through glass without breaking it. It sounds unbelievable. So the Mythbusters decided to put it to the test. They started with a simple experiment. Tori threw a steel needle by hand and it hit the glass at about 75 kilometers per hour. The glass didn't break and the needle didn't pass through. It just wasn't fast enough. Tori believed his throwing technique was correct, but the speed needed to be higher. So they brought in a professional baseball pitcher. On his first try, he launched a needle at 169 kilometers per hour. Still, the 3mm thick glass stayed intact. No cracks, no penetration. They continued experimenting with different glass thicknesses. When they used 16mm glass, the needle snapped on impact. It couldn't get through. Then they tested thinner glass, just 0.8mm thick. This time, the needle did penetrate, but the glass shattered completely. It wasn't a clean pass. Looking for a new approach, Tori suggested using a modified air gun to fire the needle. The team set it up and fired a shot at 289 kilometers per hour. That's nearly double the speed of Tori's throw. But even at that velocity, the needle couldn't pierce the 3mm glass. The result was the same. No success. At this point, it looked like the myth was impossible to replicate with regular human force or basic tools. The team started to think that the legend might be based on tricks or special materials. Then, everything changed. Master Zhu, a trained martial artist, demonstrated the technique in person. He threw a needle by hand, and it reached around 150 kilometers per hour. It wasn't as fast as the air gun, but this time, the needle went through the glass, and the glass didn't shatter. The team looked closer and realized the secret wasn't just in speed. The needle had a very sharp tip with a tiny contact area. When it struck the glass, it created a high pressure point. Because glass is an amorphous solid, it doesn't spread that force quickly. That's why the needle was able to push through before the glass could crack all the way. It also became clear that this technique takes years of practice. Speed alone isn't enough. Without perfect aim and control, it doesn't work. In the end, the team concluded that the myth is busted for an average person.